Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to an episode of Dude, You Never Told Me, a podcast where three best friends talk from great distance apart. I'm your host, Anthony. With me are my two best friends. We got Devante.
That's me. Welcome, everybody.
We got Alex.
Talking.
What's up, guys?
I just cut you off.
It cut you off, bro.
I'm on a rhythm, Devante. I'm on a rhythm today. It is because we have a very interesting conversation. So let me give you the background a little bit of this. So last weekend, I went to a Studio Ghibli pop-up here in Austin. I was at this bar.
Okay.
And I mean, the word being pop-up is very generous. It was just going there, Japanese theme, which is honestly, like, I kind of feel
that's everything.
bad.
Everything these days.
But it was like Japanese theme. But the one real Studio Ghibli thing they had was that they had local music artists come in and like do covers of Studio Ghibli songs. So it's like iconic songs we remember, but like jazz or like
that's
acoustic or cool. It was really nice. I had a good time. But I was talking to some guy. He was one of my wife's coworkers' friends. He's like I'll say not a DJ. He creates music here in Austin. He does like EDM music. And we were talking about like kind of like, you know, he's the music in the music industry. I'm in computer science, and we're talking about kind of where we saw each of our careers going. And the one thing he talked about is like, you know, he spent some time, he's always wanted to go to LA because LA has a pretty strong EDM, you know, like local scene. You know, if you're not a big name person, you can still find a gig in LA to do EDM music. And he and I were just kind of talking, and I mentioned to him that, and I don't know how we got into this conversation. I think it's because we were talking about, he asked if I were to live in any other city other than Austin, where would I live? And I told him
Fort Worth.
Well, it's funny you should say that. So I told him that when I was younger, I'd always thought that I would never live in Texas my entire life. I always thought that I would at least, you know, after college, go to a different state, work there for a couple of years. But I always knew I'd come back to Texas because that's where my family is. That's where my support circle is. That's where you guys is. Yeah. You know, and so I always, you know, that's how I define, you know, kind of my career path. Well, as you guys know, and our audience doesn't quite know, but like I did not leave Texas. I kind of, after I graduated college, I stayed in Austin the entire way through. I got a job in Austin. You know, I met my
DFW though.
I didn't leave DFW. I've been
We'll give you that one.
Out of DFW for a while, but you know, I met my now wife in college. You know, we stayed together. We moved in together. We got married, all in Texas. My entire life was kind of like stayed in Texas. And now I'm at the age where even if I got an offer to go to a different state, realistically, I probably wouldn't take it. Like it would be a very unique circumstances for me to actually want to leave Texas, because, you know, I have a house now. My wife and I, we really dug in roots here.
We're settled
in Texas. Exactly. We're settled. You know, our family's here. Our families moved back to here. Like we're all here. You know, we're thinking about starting a family soon. And when we have children, we want our children to be around their grandparents, around their cousins, be around all, you know, their entire support circle.
Right.
And so I thought they're like, oh, did I let my younger self down by not going to a different state to go, like, you know, work for a little bit? Because I'd never wanted to be in Texas all my life. When I went to New York, I loved it. When I went to California, I loved it. But obviously, as a tourist, I haven't, you know, lived there, so I don't know what it's like to be like a local. But I wonder if the Anthony of like high school era would kind of see Anthony now as quote unquote like a success in terms of he, like, you know, had a really good career. Aside, like, you know, what I'm doing, where I'm at my company, is really good. Yeah, I'm really happy where I am. Or like, would he see me as, oh, you had this goal, but you didn't meet it, so you know, you kind of failed at this goal. Like now you're gonna be in Texas all your life. You know,
like the person that knows that answer best is you.
And so, and
no one knows younger you like you do.
Right. And that's like, you know, I sat there, I thought about it, and to this day I still think about it. And honestly, I think I'm fine. I truly, great, you know, like, you know, Texas is a very interesting state. You know, I live in a very liberal city in a very conservative state. And, you know, it's a lot of companies coming down to Texas for you know, the business, you know, all the business stuff. There's no income tax. There's a lot of pros and cons about Texas. But like, whenever I think about leaving it, whenever I think about, oh, if you don't like your state, you should just go. But like, Texas is my home.
Where?
You know, it's my home. I think it will likely always be my home. And I'm always going to try to make my home better than it was before.
Right.
And so, long story short, today I want to talk about success. And want to talk about how did you define success as a kid or as like high school, going into college, versus how you define success now that we're all in our 30s. We're all adults. We're all adults with multiple years of experience in our careers and our
Right.
personal lives. Like, do you think your younger self would find you successful today?
I can go ahead and start, Devante, if you need a little bit.
Go ahead, dog. It's all the stage
Sure.
is all yours.
So yeah, I would say for myself, like younger Alex with success, I would say is defined as having the family that I now have. I would say that would be something that I would look at and be very proud of myself for. Uh, Being able to see that I have a house. I will say, younger Alex has always wanted a two-story house, so we're not there yet. But that was just a little
As
goal
you
that I
get
always had.
as you get older, you're gonna be like, I'm glad I don't have a 2-story house. But that's
I
I
actually
think
still want one.
I think that
I
depends on how big Alex's family gets, right?
Yeah, see, you're getting it. So the idea is if I can get a two-story house, now I got a spot for the kiddos and where they can all go upstairs and play, hang out, like let them have their own space, They don't have to worry about like, oh, is mom and dad eavesdropping, blah blah blah, and I don't have to worry about like having to hear them if they want to stay up a little bit late at night because, I know I did that plenty of times. I'm sure you guys did too. And I think it's a healthy thing for them to have like their own little area of the house that's theirs and that they can call their own. And having that upstairs area, I think would satisfy that need.
Nice.
So
So
yeah.
you always saw success as kind of like what you have, right? Material wise. Like, what about like career
No,
wise? What about like emotional intelligence wise? Did you see yourself, being married and having a kid by your time you were 30, or do you think, oh, I thought I would have it earlier, did I have it later?
I'd say I did it about where I wanted it, between 25 to 30. I was never like in a rush, but I was never trying to wait too long either. Um as far as materialistic goes, that's more of the joking factor. Like, it was always a dream, but it wasn't like I didn't define success as like having that two-story house. Like I'd be
Mhm.
fine if I don't have that. But no, like I would say like the true success for me is just knowing that I got to live out my days being happy, being surrounded by people that I loved, and knowing that the guys that I talked to back then, that we didn't, that we still talk today. Like you guys are great examples of that. I get to say that I have two of my bestest friends from when I was a teenager, child, and I can say I still talk with you. Sure, I've lost a couple friends from that era that I would have loved to stay in touch with. But I think part of growing up is realizing that, not everyone's going to stick around for you. And maybe you shouldn't stick around for all of them either. Like it's, it's an interesting battle on which ones you choose to keep and which ones you don't. And sometimes maybe even question like some of the ones that you let go and some of the ones that you're like, man, I wish that friend would have tried. Like I tried to keep him, but yeah, like it's you just kind of learn to accept it. And I'm sure you guys have friends like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for friends is like, I subscribe to the idea of like a train stop or like a bus ride where people come into your life and come off of your life, and that's perfectly fine.
Sorry, bud, you're just stuck on my train ride.
Hey, some
My
people are riding with you from your first stop to your last stop. So that's perfectly fine.
dang till the last stop. Oh man. Not
It's been a
anytime
long
soon.
time. Live long and finish strong.
Mhm.
There you go. That's what our 5K is for, right?
Okay.
We got
So
time to
then
train.
Step
I guess
one.
okay. So you would so you would think that young Alex or high school Alex would say modern day Alex successful, thumbs up, would approve.
Absolutely. Oh,
Okay, cool.
100%. Yeah, I would say I'm doing well.
Nice.
Uh I think it's only up from here. I think the job's not done. Like there's still more to be done, and
Mhm.
I think the most important goal now for older Alex is just to keep providing for that family and give them everything that I possibly can. And I want my kiddos to grow up having happy lives, so that way when when they are looking to achieve their dreams as adults, they have that every opportunity to do so.
Nice.
There you go.
What about you, Devante? What was your
Yeah.
definition of success as a little Devante?
So my definition of success as a kid was not that much. I was fighting for my life every day, man.
Okay.
um,
Tell us more
just
about that. I'm
it, it's
curious about that statement.
it's more like um winning battles that's trying to win the war. Does that make sense?
No,
Sure.
no, I
No, it
need
doesn't
more
make
info.
sense.
I need
So
more info.
From a metaphor, yeah, but
from a
like
metaphor sense, yeah. So that's how it felt. It's like for me, success was just trying to get the task done at the time. So whether if it was middle school to graduate to get to high school to graduate to get to college, college to graduate to get a job, a job to start having a girlfriend that I can support, and then a girlfriend to a wife. It's like one like that movie, one battle after another. Um, but then
watches one
I
movie, and that's all he's obsessed about.
Yeah, right.
yeah. Well, I've watched two now, but the Sweeneys. But
I knew it.
it was one battle after another. Like, but for real though, success was always like
Sweeney's?
a time frame for me. I wish no Sweeney's were not part of that. But it was always like a part of a time frame. Like I said, just trying to get through middle school. It's like okay, at that time as a kid, all you're thinking about is I need to get to high school, you know? And then like when you're in high school, oh, everybody's pressuring me about college. Okay, I need to get to college, And then you finally get there and then you're like, "Oh, now everybody's pressuring me. I need to get a job." It's just like, man, I just graduated and now I'm in freshman year and you're already telling me I need to get a job soon. Start thinking about getting a job like lined up internship and it's like okay. And so I was defining success at the time as just within that time frame, what do I need to get done? What tasks do I need to
You
get
were
done?
short term.
Yeah, it was very short term. And then the war, I just didn't know what the war was because I just couldn't see the end goal of after all these things that you do. And now that I'm older, I'm living in what I couldn't even imagine back as a kid. Like this whole life that I live, I never pictured this life. Like I never pictured the job that I have, the friends that I have, the house that I have, the car that I have. Like all this is like a bonus to me. Like I truly didn't think not because like oh I didn't have dreams or aspiration or goals. It just wasn't in my mind to be like oh older Devonte is gonna own all these things. Like it just wasn't a thought back in the day. And then now that I look back, I'm like wow, look look how far that I've come. And like I said, as I've gotten older, like success has changed. It used to be, like I said, like one task accomplished after the other. But now it's changed to less materialistic things. Like of course I want a big house. Of course I want the nice car. Of course I want a wife that loves me. Um, but
You
it's
already have all that
become
though.
exactly. And so it's changed. It's changed now that, we're in our 30s. Um, it's changed to several things. And those several things are like character. It's these things that it's not tangible, but like other people can tell. Like you guys can tell. Like you guys have good character, you know? And I hope I do too. And so like success to
Spoiler alert,
me
you do.
is having that good character or like seeing good character or providing or having that good character is success to me because what if I don't have good character, then you guys would be like oh you know you guys would be disappointed in me or you guys might have a different uh action or words towards me if my character were to change or uh you trusting me, like you trusting me matters a lot to me. If my two best friends can't even trust me, who would want to trust me? Um, or my wife. And so like to me, that success is that not saying that your trust is the highest form of success, but your trust in me means that I must be doing something right for you to trust me. And that to me is like I want to keep that trust and I don't want to break it. So I want to continue to do right between us. And the last one, it's kind of the last one. It just comes with experiences. It's like wisdom, like because wisdom stems from experiences, and whether good or bad, because you can learn from the bad and you can improve on the good. And so it's like uh, character, wisdom, and trust. Those are like success to me that uh, has that I've grown into over the years of this is what it means for me to have trust. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I've got a promotion, I've climbed up the corporate ladder, I got this nice luxury car, I got this big mansion, I got commas and zeros in the bank, like that to me, I'm like, that's extra.
Mhm.
That's if I don't have the basic for me, if I don't have the basic form, which is character, trust, integrity, wisdom, that I would feel like I've lost myself. And I hope that you guys, as my friends, would be like, hey, Devante, check yourself, check your heart, because that's not you. And
Mm.
and so that to me is like has redefined into success as I've gotten older. And then that leads into how other people's perceive me and even my friends and family.
So
There's one thing I want to end off, or what were you gonna say, Anthony?
I was
I
gonna
was
say,
gonna end off.
I'll just kind of summarize, but like, so for you, your success, it went from like physical, tangible, outwardly success, and then as you grew older, it started becoming more inward success. Like, what does it mean to be a successful like person in terms of like, you know, qualities, character, as you said, character, and like the friends you make along the
Right.
way. Okay, nice.
And then and it kind of stems from this one. There's this quote that my aunt actually gave me. Shout out to my aunt. And I'm gonna read it to you guys because you guys are a part of it. And so it's like it says, "What is success? Setting goals, but not concrete. Staying focused, but turning aside to help someone. Following a plan, but remaining flexible. Moving ahead, but not too fast to smell the flowers. Taking a bow, but applauding those who had a part in your success." And so I want to applaud you guys for being a part of my success.
Oh, nice. Who is that quote by?
Dang, man.
Actually, I looked it up online. It was anonymous.
Ah,
So
just some
Sounds
smart
like a good
person.
anonymous quote.
yeah.
Nice,
Quit
nice.
trying to butter me up, man. We're trying to do a podcast here.
That's like the cute sound effects, like "aw."
Yeah, for real.
Hey, but that stuck with me since high school, man. That quote. And so it's really impacted me a lot
Uh,
to get to where I'm at.
well, to be a little mushy, man. I love you. I appreciate you.
Love you too.
Save that
And
for the
Anthony.
end, boys. It's we just started.
Everybody's like, ah,
Gotta keep your composure.
Hey,
All right.
man. I'm just saying it how it is.
I'm gonna give it to Anthony.
All right. So I think for me, my success, as you see, my dog just rotating in my
Zuko.
corner. My success overall, I think, is made consistent from a big picture wise. But I think as I grew older, it got redefined of like what does it mean to be X. So if I think of the concrete example, when I was a kid, I'd always wanted to be quote unquote rich. Well, what does rich mean? Rich,
Mm,
it's, is there a dollar figure? Is there like a number of possessions? Like, what does it mean to be rich? And as
right.
I grew older, as I grow to understand the world as a whole, I define that more. I'm like, oh, rich is not just like an actual dollar figure. It's not, oh, I once I reach $1 million, I'll be rich. Once I reach, six-figure salary, I'll be rich. It stems from more of even from just like a materialistic wise. Like I refined it being I am rich when I have like when I want something, I can get it without having to say, what do I have to sacrifice to get this?
Oh, you
And
definitely achieved that.
yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, it's
That's
like, do
adult.
you like as a kid, like you have this lofty goal, like you're watching, you're seeing movie star, you're seeing whoever, and they're
Yeah.
living these like grand like lives and like going
Mhm.
to all these different trips. And if
Yeah.
you are not careful, you can enter this kind of like a FOMO, or you can enter this very jealous. You can be envious of this person's life because they're living
Yeah.
such a grand luxurious life. And
That's why we have influencers now.
right, and then so you're looking at social media, you're slaving away at it. You're like, oh, what do I do to get there? And you start like, I'm gonna sacrifice everything to get to this level of like being rich.
Mm.
And you might get there, but you might not get there. If you get there and you're unhappy, what has your life amounted to? If you don't get there and you remain unhappy, what does your life amount to? And so
Yeah.
as I grew older, I said, oh, rich isn't just like a dollar figure. I mean, yes, I would love to have like, certain things, but for me, rich is just that principle of if I want something, I can go get it. And I don't have to think, what am I sacrificing along the way? What if I want, if I want this, this video game, I can get this and also be able to afford, dinner on Tuesday, right? This the notion of like I don't have to make those tough decisions that a lot of people have to make. And so for that, I do feel like I'm very blessed. I'm very quote unquote rich, even though if you look at my salary compared to like Elon Musk, I'm like pennies poor.
Well, most people compare to Elon Musk.
Right, but like that's just instance. And then even moving on from just like materialistic things, like when I was in school, I was taught that you get good grades even in like elementary school. You get good grades, you set good foundation for studying, you get into a good high school, get into a good college, get a good job. That was the ladder of success.
Right.
Yeah.
That is what you had to do. But as I grow up and I live the world, like yes, it's important to get study habits, but a lot of people don't do well in like the primary school, elementary school, middle school, high school, but then they find what they're passionate about in that college and then they become successful. Or maybe it's not the opposite. Like you maybe say college isn't for me and they go into a trade school, they find success there, or they become athletes. Not some athletes don't finish out college. Do we say that they're not as successful? They're living a really good life in their eyes.
Right.
And so for me, understanding that grades, yes, grades are important, but they're not everything. You failing one class in middle school doesn't make you a failure. It's just part of being a kid, part of learning. And I feel like that's how my life has kind of evolved. Like, when I told the story at the beginning of our show where I wanted to like go to out of state, pursue my career and whatnot. And that comes from the sense that I want to like explore the world. I want to get to know everything. It's really cool to be out there. I don't want to feel like I'm stuck here in Texas. Well, that's not true. Like yes, I live in Texas, but I can still explore the world. And there's always a fear that that like, oh yes, you may not be able to live over there, but you can still, we have so many resources to figure out how does someone live in New York, in Florida, in China, in Europe, and all that kind of stuff. So if I'm genuinely truly curious, I can find these real life stories and see like, oh, what is it like to live there? Or maybe I realized I don't want that. I realized early on that I hate camping. And so for me, never going camping, I am not a failure for that. I am perfectly fine not never camping. And I mean the idea of perfectly fine never living, a long period of time in some country that I don't have a support group in, I don't have friends in. It sounds nice on in theory, but in actual practice, it can be kind of tough to like upend your entire life, go somewhere new.
Well,
Start from zero.
I'm sorry to hear that about camping, but that's okay. Devante, next time you want to go camping, I'll go with you.
I like camping.
I like camping too.
I do not. Yeah,
would you consider camping, Anthony, if you had like
okay
a cabin to stay in?
Yeah, that's fine because that's glamping.
That's not
That's no, I know, Devante, but I'm trying to find a middle ground for this, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to go glamping. That's perfectly fine with me. But like you asking me to
live one night we pitch a tent and we build a campfire.
He's already shaking his head now.
Why? It's just one night. It's like less than 24 hours, dog. It's like 18 hours max.
It's one night I'll never get back. I'm sleeping on the hard.
Bro,
you'll be with us.
He said I won't get it back.
I won't get that back.
Anthony,
you'll be in the great outdoors.
I mean, listen.
We'll be
cooking burgers. We'll be drinking beers.
Sure.
We'll be
you can
having a good time sharing stories.
Like, if you invite me camping, I will go camping. Will I enjoy myself? Yeah, maybe. Would I deep down? Would you say, Anthony, are you enjoying this time right now? It's like, yes, hang out with friends. At sleeping, miserable time of life. This sucks. I could be at home.
Okay,
I could sleep in my bed.
If you drink enough, you won't even care where you sleep. So,
Anthony, you could just be the bougie one and buy the heated sleeping pad or whatever.
I know, man.
And all that. Bring yourself your own inflatable air mattress.
Yeah, I have an inflatable air mattress.
See,
I do. It's like a small one.
I will throw a quote to you, and I want to say I don't know if this originated from Taylor Swift, but it's a quote that I attribute to Taylor Swift.
T Swift, huh?
That you know, X is not a metric of my success. Camping is not a metric of my success. Right? I don't need to be good at everything to be successful, and that's part of being defining success. Is that I don't have to enjoy camping to be successful. I don't have to go camping to be successful as a human being. Right. And so y'all can enjoy camping and I will support you 110%. If you invite me to go camping, I will go with you because we're friends. But if you ask me, Anthony, are you having fun? Like truly, are you having fun? I'll be like, honestly, it's hang up to y'all, really good. Sleeping on the ground, not so good.
I gotta ask though,
Makes it-
because
makes a
with,
difference.
with camping, like what part of it don't you like? Because you actually like a lot of outdoor activities, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
You know, you like
sure.
hiking. I'm pretty
Hiking.
sure that
He just doesn't want to sleep on the hard ground, Alex.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, but what
that's-
if we got you like the mattress pad and then like the rectangular one that you can sleep on?
is
It's
it because you're
it's no
still
longer the hard
outdoors?
ground.
I mean, you make it a little bit better, but like there's that back of your mind being like, I could be somewhere else. I could be sleeping in my bed. I could be sleeping
my-
on the side.
That's anywhere you go, you
Yeah,
know?
hey,
You go
man.
on a vacation, you can be
Yeah,
like, I
sure.
could be sleeping in my own bed in this hotel, you know?
Yeah. So you're that's
You just can't be satisfied. This
I
guy can't
think-
be satisfied.
I'm just saying again,
Well,
y'all can love
is it-
camping, not metric my success. I am perfectly happy not liking camping.
All right, we got to make a
Is it-
successful
is it you just
camping
don't
trip.
like the feeling of being exposed? Because like, you know, out in the wilderness, right? Like you're in just a tent. Like anything and anyone could just come up and like it's not hard
Telling
for
me
them
you
to
don't
try and
want to wipe
bust
your
in.
butt with leaves.
Do you want to wipe your butt with leaves, Devante?
That's why you bring a roll of
No.
toilet paper.
I usually go to the
Thank you.
outhouse.
Thank you for answering my own.
Or you can bring your own poop bucket.
Yeah, you could. Have you? This is a wild tangent, but have y'all seen the videos and clips of like Coachella?
Oh no.
So
I
I don't pay
can't
too much
imagine
attention.
what
do
they
y'all
do
so
out there.
do y'all for Coachella, other than music festival, majority of people end up like camping at Coachella.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
they just get like a parking spot, they bring their car, they bring like a tent, and they live and they're there.
They live
And
in
it's
the-
not as and as we've seen society, there's like tiers. You pay X amount of money, you get the bare basic camping ground. You pay more money, you get like the mid tier. You pay even extraordinary amount of money, you get to like the influencer, the artist pass. You have your own villas and everything.
Right.
But if you're down in the the basic tier, like they don't provide you like like I guess like they do offer like restrooms, but they're like shared. It's communal. Like,
public,
yeah.
yeah.
It's back to like
yeah.
we did in college. So like I love the idea of going to music festivals. I would never, and I truly mean never do Coachella. That sounds terrible to me. That sounds
Yeah.
like a nightmare.
Unless you're performing.
Unless I'm the artist pass and I get my own masseuse sitting in my villa waiting for me with a nice warm cooked meal, I ain't going to Coachella. You can bring my favorite artists and you can give me front row, ensure me that I am sitting right at the very front of the performance, but I'm still living in the like I'm at the basic the parking, the basic tier of like a camping grounds. Still no. Like, I think that you understand how much I disdain that kind of like that.
I guess
It's-
we gotta
it's
go
not for me.
glamping, Alex.
It's just-
You're
it's just not
you're
for
right.
me.
I give it to you, Alex.
Like I said,
Yeah, that's what
not
I'm
a
saying.
metric of my success. I
You
don't
know
have
what?
to enjoy camping to be successful.
Well, no, you're good. We're not worried about you feeling successful from going camping or not. It's just more we want you to enjoy your time with us as much as we enjoy our time with you. I think at the end of the day, we don't want you to do something that you're not going to enjoy.
It's not fun for me.
All right, so I guess we'll go glamping. And the wives.
I
will
hear
be
Broken
included.
Bow's pretty cool.
The wives and kids.
Not sponsored, by the way.
You're gonna trek your kid out there. I mean, I'm sure they'll enjoy it. Kids are, I assume, are pretty easy.
My kid loves the outdoors. We've been going on walks every day and going to the park.
Walk is different from camping.
I know, but it's still the outdoors. Obviously, one day
You
I'll
should
take
pitch
it
it.
truly camping.
You should pitch a tent in the
Outdoor?
backyard.
Yeah, outdoor is different from camping.
I've thought about it. Actually, Walter and Anthony, I don't know if I told you, but I for my wedding, one of the things I put on my registry and somebody actually got it for us was a camping stove.
Nice.
Oh, wait. Oh, the gas stove?
Yeah. The one you
Have
just
you used
plug
it?
in propane to it. I haven't used
Yeah.
it yet. I
Oh,
want
you-
to.
Dude,
It's been
I
like a
want
couple
to.
years.
I'm
I-
aware. I'm aware. I'm bringing it up for a reason right now. It doesn't have to be a couple more years, you know?
Okay, Alex, you
have
and me
that.
can go.
I'm
Sorry,
down, bro.
Anthony, go ahead.
I have one of those, but I use it for like if I want to do a KBBQ. If I want to sit at my dining room table and just do a Korean barbecue, I just got my little propane stove, put my little pan on there, and just cook it on there. Or hot pot. So I don't have to keep hovering over like the stove. Just in the middle, boiling water on that propane stove, hot pot.
Anthony's like, at home.
At home,
At home.
perfectly
At
fine.
home.
It's great. Again, glamping,
Oh.
different story. You can catch me at glamping. Easy.
That's not camping, no. That's a whole different vibe, man.
Hey, I didn't say it's camping.
That's a whole different vibe.
I never tried to convince you that glamping is camping. That's not what I'm
Like,
doing.
like glamping, I guess, man. I just feel like glamping is
You feel like you're cheating.
it's okay depending on who you go with, what you
Yeah.
do.
I think the very most I do is like outdoor cooking. Like if I go to like, so those, those services like Getaway services or Home Away or whatever, those like remote cabin in the woods energy. Like I do that and I'll like cook outside on like the fire pit. That's cool.
It's because with glamping, okay, the thing I like about camping, I'm just going off on a tangent, but
I triggered Devante.
it's because you can't use, like, for camping, I like to think of camping as like, I don't want to use my phone. You know, like I have to intentionally go out there, do what I need to do, spend time with the people that I'm with, talk to them, have like a genuine conversation and
Sitting by
not
the
be on my
fire,
phone. Yeah,
roasting
sitting by the fire.
marshmallows.
Yeah. But like, I feel like
Look at
with
the
glamping,
stars.
there's Wi-Fi, there's your phone, there's technology. Like you haven't truly disconnected from city life, and so that's what I mean by like glamping. It's good, but I just feel you got
Devante,
promised me
Anthony
no
doesn't
phones.
measure
I'm gonna
success
season
by
no
disconnecting
phones.
from the internet, okay?
Yeah, no
Yeah.
phones when we go glamping. Then like
feel
stuff
like-
like that.
Yeah, because I was like, whenever I hang out with people, like I can put down my phone for like 3-4 hours.
I'd say you're pretty good about it, Anthony. You're not that bad.
And so like I think it's like I think for me it's like I rather have something and not use it than want to use it and not have it. So what a prime example is when we actually went to like one of those getaway cabins. And I think we ran out of like one of the I don't know, I can't remember. I think we needed more firewood for our stove. And so the idea was that you can call like the front like office or whatever, and they can bring you more firewood at a price. Who cares what the price? I tried calling them from my phone, no signal. That kind of sucked. And so I had to
See, that's camping. Like,
Yeah,
but you're going in
it
knowing
sucked.
that you don't have it.
I literally
Devante,
said
you giving him ammo.
you weren't
It got
prepared.
sucked.
See, Anthony, what is Alex would know? Well, what is the quote from the Scouts? Like, there's
be prepared.
that's it. Be prepared. You gotta there's like more to it, wasn't there?
It's be prepared. It's the motto of the Boy Scouts.
Okay, but yeah,
That's it.
like you weren't prepared, Anthony. You didn't bring everything.
Okay, well,
It is a little bit hard to be prepared for everything, but
let me do a more grim hypothetical situation. You are
Did you bring a radio?
You are camping in the middle of you camping because you wanted to, and you get the feeling someone's watching you, right? And
You have a
there,
gun.
what if there's an actual person out there watching you, right?
I think you
Well.
got paranoia, bro.
It's not,
But
but
he said there's an
I'm-
actual person watching you.
I'm just saying, like,
this case, in this case.
it's one thing to like have access to the internet and not use it, right? And that shows actually extreme restraint and a lot of
Hey.
maturity to have, like, hey, I could do this. There is an easy way.
You should have
to
brought
get out of it.
Starlink with you.
But then,
You know what, Anthony? I'm gonna counter your argument. If someone's watching you, someone's always watching you, bro. He's right here.
oh,
He is always watching you.
He's
okay, what if
always
it's-
watching.
all right, let me refine. What if someone is watching you that intends to do you harm,
Mm.
right? It's
And you
know,
have a
it's-
gun with you.
Okay.
You got Gary the Glock.
Right, but you get what my point is, right? Is
I
that,
get
like,
what you're saying.
yeah,
but
is that
yes.
I personally would rather have it not use it, right? I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he's a huge astronomy buff. He went out in the middle of he went 3 hours kind of like west of Austin in the middle of like not the desert, but middle of nowhere. So he is 3 hours away from the nearest city, and there is no city lights. There's no nothing. He got his telescope. He brought it. I looked at the stars. Wonderful thing. He was like, "Oh yeah." The next day, like when I got back to my car, Like my car was like completely died. The battery died in his car.
Oh, that sucks. He
And
doesn't
he
have
tried.
a jumper, like an electric jumper.
Well, how you need another car to jump in unless you have
No,
it, you have a portable one.
yeah, they have the
Right?
portable
He
electric.
did not have a portable one. Right. But I'm just saying, like, you're out in the middle of nowhere. He's like, and so like, he couldn't call him because he had no service out there.
Wait, so what did he do? I mean, he's
Well,
alive now, but
he slept. He slept in his car. He waited until the
oh,
next
he waited
morning,
for someone.
and he basically like
No.
flagged someone down, and they got him to his car, and he drove home.
I'm gonna get
Okay.
Anthony for Christmas this year. The thing my wife got me. She got me this like it's like solar powered, but also it's like when you crank it, it charges on its own, and it also has a built-in radio, and it can charge your phone, and
Mm.
it can charge other things too. I'm gonna get you one of those, Anthony. That way, if you ever go
Make it
camping, glamping, we'll get you two. That way,
See,
you're
Or
prepared.
I know. I
Right.
mean, like, get one for
Right.
me.
But for me,
I'll get
being
one for you too.
prepared is having those things. But isn't having those things the opposite of what you define as camping? Like
No, you
having
bring it
a
with you.
portable, having a portable, like Starlink, having a Starlink phone that gives you access to the internet. Well, you can still do camping, but have access to the internet. Isn't that like
But you
purpose
don't
of
use
being
it, though.
disconnected?
But
Right,
it's like
exactly.
you're prepared. You're prepared,
straight.
like you were saying.
So
Well,
then
I was
what's
just coming up
wrong
with
with
something
like
that you said
glamping?
that you
Yeah,
don't
what's wrong
have
with
it.
what's wrong with glamping and just putting your phone away? You
Well,
still have access to it.
that was the caveat that I was
Yeah.
telling you. No phones.
Right.
Like if we're going
Perfect.
glamping, we have to spend time with each
Sure,
other. We have
perfectly
to talk
fine.
to each other. Like we
I
can't be
think
millennials and be on our phone the whole time and be on vacation. Like especially if it's just one night. Like it's like no, let's talk, let's catch up. We're
Yeah,
here together.
plus
Yeah.
when you're glamping, you're probably inside hanging out, right? Like obviously you can go outside. It's not impossible. But I'm just saying, like when you're
Like we
camping,
can go on the
you're
porch.
outside the whole time. Like you are outside for
Yeah.
sure.
I think
You
I
know,
went
you
to
get to have the beauty of the stars. You get to have the beauty of
dude.
just that quietness whenever everyone stops talking for a moment, and it
I
just
think you're
you hear the
confusing glamping
crickets.
with just being at Airbnb, dog. Like you can glamping is the idea of like you still doing the camp activities, but like if you need a restroom, you have running water. If you need a bed, you have an actual bed inside.
Yeah, it'd be
You
like
charge
Broken
your
Bow.
phone. Yeah,
Like you go
exactly. Yeah.
Broken Bow.
Or you go to a
Yeah,
state
Broken Bow
park
is
and get a
glamping.
cabin, right? You get a cabin. You can still do those outdoor activities. Like I love those. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But like when I'm ready to go to sleep, I'm not sleeping on like an air mattress. I'm not sleeping on bed. I'm sleeping on like indoor side. If it's raining, I'm not saying, oh no, is my tent
Anthony's
like
just
waterproof or
modernized,
not?
bro. This man needs a
Yeah.
bed for every situation.
Yeah, I
I
like
should
it.
have made you do Boy Scouts with me in middle school and high and elementary school.
I mean, I would have done it. I would not have liked it. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, Boy Scouts. You
Yeah.
can learn a lot from that.
Yeah.
I didn't do Boy Scouts, but
That's okay.
Alex just wants to go camping because he wants to flex his astrology skills. He'll be like, "That's the Big Dipper."
Imagine,
the small
imagine if I was
dipper.
actually good at astrology.
He's
Oh,
like, he
man.
comes over, he puts his hands on us. He's like, "You see that over there?"
Hey,
He wants
you
to
want to
create a
know
mood.
something really, really cool?
Oh.
There is an app that you can point to the night sky from any location
Oh,
in the
yeah.
world and see the stars.
That's
Michelle
true.
has that. She uses it a lot. We went to
Oh,
Hawaii.
cool.
We looked at stars. Like we looked at stars like in person, but then because light pollution is light pollution, you can't see a lot of stars. So you throw this app on, you see like all the constellations that should be there if we did not live in a very light polluted world.
I do that in my backyard sometimes, dude.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'll go back there and use it.
my neighborhood, because it's relatively new, has like you can see you see a decent amount of stars. Like not like all the stars, but you see a decent amount. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing is now that you have telescopes that connect to your computer, they can use AI to actually remove all the light pollution out. So you can see the star if there's no light
That's
pollution.
crazy, man.
That's so cool.
That's pretty dope.
That's really nice.
I'll give you that one. That one's pretty dope.
Yeah. Speaking of stars, I think this episode is going to be released by the end of April, I believe, right? Editor, yes. Who's editing? Someone's editing.
April 30th.
As some
I believe it's
schedule.
April 30th. Yeah, right before
Yeah.
May. Because May 1st is
So-
a Friday.
Right before May, and so we have a very unique position to be coming out right before one holiday, actual holiday, and two special day. The actual holiday, Cinco de Mayo. Yay!
Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco de Drinko.
Okay. There's an actual history to the Cinco de Mayo, but I'm glad y'all's priorities are straight.
Of course. Gotta have a
I know where
Corona.
I'm meeting up with Devante. Los Molcajetes.
Oh yeah, for some margaritas.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of margaritas, if y'all ever in Austin, there's like 2 places that I've been like going to.
All right, where are you taking us, Anthony?
Where
There's
we going?
a restaurant in like central South Austin called Donata, has pretty good margaritas, good selection of margaritas.
Okay.
And then there is another restaurant called
Wait, doesn't de nada mean
you're welcome.
thank you? You're welcome. Sorry.
Welcome.
Yeah, de nada.
Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you. Yeah.
So there's another
That's
restaurant.
how much Devante learned in Spanish class.
There's another restaurant called Baby Acapella Co. I think it's Baby A's is the abbreviated name for it. They also do margaritas. They do the trashy margaritas. They'll have a lot of high alcohol content, low flavor, or
Like frozen margaritas or like shaken?
frozen margaritas. So you can get a flight of frozen margaritas, and
wow.
you can just keep getting a flight of frozen margaritas, flight of frozen margaritas.
I love me a margarita.
You love me a margarita.
Ooh.
Okay.
So those are fun
Devante,
places to go.
The
Down
margarita
Austin.
place that I've taken you to. Sorry, Anthony. Were you
You're
done?
good? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
He's
The
taking us
margarita
there.
place that we go to in Fort Worth. Dude, I found out that it's Colombian owned.
Nice.
Oh, so you're gonna hook us
Yeah.
up?
Hooks
My
up.
mom connected with like the guy, and so I'm gonna see if I can like, you know, build on that connection. We'll see.
Get that friends
All
and
right,
family
dude, you
discount.
never told me.
We'll see.
Put them on the
Not
map.
sponsored yet, maybe. Who
Join
knows?
us today as we go to for margaritas.
Do y'all have like a favorite margarita y'all remember that you can think of?
Oh, yeah. It's a Dos Equis Rita.
Ah,
Or Corona Rita.
I like any margarita, but I'll tell you one story where not to get margaritas.
okay.
Oh.
Do not ever get a margarita in Canada, bro. They do not know how to make margaritas.
Okay.
And I've confirmed this twice. All right. So that's in different parts of Canada. I just at the same place. But do not get margaritas in Canada. Nothing against Canada. Y'all just don't know how to make a good margarita. And a steak. You know, let's keep steaks in Texas. Yeah. So
Oh,
All right. Well, what makes a good margarita then? Let's define this. Let's give
Okay.
our audience.
I'll tell you what makes a bad margarita.
The secret recipe. Yeah. What's that? What's make a bad margarita?
This margarita, this margarita literally was like
they traumatized
Like
my
those-
man.
if you go to Kroger or like any store, and then those frozen margaritas that are like in those cardboard like twist things.
Yeah.
That was literally my margarita in
Oh.
Canada, bro. Like that
like
was the worst.
like really bad tequila or really bad mezcal, whatever they
man.
use.
Yeah, whatever it was, I was like, take
Artificial
this
lime
back,
juice.
bro. This is
Not
terrible.
great. Oh no,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think some of the
Um,
margarita mix you can buy in the store are pretty like mediocre.
Yeah, that's true too. Like the pre-made margarita
Yeah,
mixes. I
pre-made.
feel like you might as well just put make it fresh, like on the
Mhm.
rocks, then compared to a frozen. Like frozens are kind of hard to make at home, man. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie.
Yeah.
Like make it right, like without
Kitchen.
like an actual machine.
Yeah,
like
so
you
if you
yourself
have your
try to blend
machine-
it or something.
Yeah.
Get your machine for your birthday.
Hey man, that thing would be utilized. That thing would be on 24/7. Dog. We've been
Bro, that
margarita
would
every
be
day.
To have one of those.
You gotta build you an outdoor bar, Devante.
You know,
Build you.
I want to build an indoor bar.
Where you can build your indoor bar.
Oh, I mean, like whenever we
I was like-
whenever we get 6
I was-
figures and 7 figures and 8 figures, I'm declaring it
like-
right now.
I was like, sir, I've been to your house. You tell me where you're gonna build that bar.
It'd probably be in here, man. If I
Okay.
were to, yeah, like on
Oh,
that
The
wall
little
over
small
there.
side. That's cool.
Yeah,
I respect that.
Yeah, just do yourself the favor and wait till you get another house one day. Don't do
yeah.
it to this
But I
one.
have a lot of whiskeys. You know, I haven't opened though.
Mm.
Like I
Yeah.
just I have them for special occasions that like I want to have with certain people or certain occasions. Like it's not like I'm just going around drinking everything.
How long did that Henny last that I gave you for your birthday?
That one not too long because everybody had some of it. So
Yeah, I had a feeling. I figured it was gonna die by the time I left.
yeah. But the other ones, there's some other ones that
Mm-hmm.
I do want to have if Alex doesn't mix it with Coke. I'm
Hey,
never
man,
gonna let you
tell me
live that
don't
down.
mix
man.
it. If you
I'm
tell me
never
don't
gonna
mix it,
let
I
you
won't
live
mix
that down, bro.
it. And I never will with you. That's fine. I will
That
live
one-
with that.
I'm like, bro.
Hey, why are you knocking his favorite drink? I'm pretty sure we have an episode
I do
somewhere
love.
where it's like your favorite cocktail, and his is like a Jack and
Yeah,
Coke.
I
Jack
do
and
love
Coke.
me a good old
believe
Jack
that
and
somewhere
Coke.
floating
Whiskey
in
and Coke,
history.
man. Actually, have y'all ever been to Saltgrass? They have like this Jack with Coke, but in like slushy form. It's so good.
You can, I think you can buy like a can of Jack and Coke. They
Yeah,
finally
they
brought
can.
it
they
up in
they
real
have them.
life.
Hmm.
They're pretty good too. They have
Yeah.
like cherry. They have several different flavors,
Hmm.
but it's like Jack flavored. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're solid.
Well,
Anyways.
happy Cinco de Drinko. I mean Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
The other, yeah, so other than Cinco de Mayo, the day before that is one of my favorite, I guess, like not holidays. It's Star Wars
It's
Day,
a holiday.
May the 4th, which is May the
Be
Force be
with
with
you.
you. And me as a Star Wars fans love it. I always try to like do a Star Wars rewatch around Star Wars Day, just to watch it from the
Wait,
beginning
you
to the end.
what?
All watch
You
Star
watch
Wars.
all
Like
of them?
I try to. I try to start on Star Wars Day. I don't finish on Star Wars. It's way too much content nowadays.
Okay, I was about to
I,
say
I
that's a
like to
lot.
watch. I like to watch from start watching around then to like
So
to watch
you watch 1 through 6.
and
You know,
you know
the only Star Wars movies that exist.
well there's 7 through 9, Rogue One, Solo. Rogue One,
Those don't
Rogue
you
One is
don't
really
those don't
good.
exist.
Like I
Rogue One's okay,
Rogue
but it like you don't need
no,
it. You don't need it.
I think you underestimate
I,
how
I think I
good Rogue
perfectly
One.
estimate Rogue One. Rogue One was good, but like in terms of rewatching, it's like I wouldn't watch it.
You must have
I wouldn't
hated
watch it a
Saving
second.
Private Ryan then.
I love Saving Private Ryan.
Rogue One's the exact same energy, dog. Like set that to compare to like you're watching like Solo, you're watching some of the other Star Wars content out there. Like Rogue One, how they handled it, it felt like it truly showed that you can have a good Star Wars content without Jedi's. It
Wait, real
felt
quick.
good.
I have a question for so this year they're coming out with is it Mandalorian?
And
Yeah,
Grogu.
Mandalorian Grogu.
That's next
Okay,
month.
I just wanted to make sure. So
Yeah.
that's coming out. Are you guys excited for that?
Yeah,
Or
I
you're like,
mean, am I like pumped? No, but am I gonna go watch it and I think it's gonna be fun and entertaining? Yeah, I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I just want like a very good old time, like that kind of like that I think like the 60s adventure vibe of Great
Yeah.
Adventures.
I'm curious still if this movie is really warranted. Like why are we giving the Mandalorian a movie, right?
Not.
Like I've always liked his
why not?
TV
Yeah,
show.
why not?
Well, exactly. Why not? But also why? Like I'm
What's his
just
name? Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
How
it's
did
hot
I know
commodity
his
now.
name?
That's
He's
I
like,
mean it's
crazy.
hot
bro.
commodity now.
Me of all people knew his name.
Game of Thrones. He's in Star Wars. He's in Marvel now. He was
I mean
in
to
The
be fair,
Last
like
of Us.
yeah, he's hot commodity. He wouldn't
Maybe
like
that's why.
I think he would have continued to voice like the Mandalorian in the TV shows, but he would never be in the armor again if it was just a TV show. That man's is way too much projects on his mind than going into a suit to shoot a TV show. They had to
Yeah.
lock him in onto a movie. I love Star Wars. Like I there's like I've when my wife and I went to Disney World, our first stop was Hollywood Studio, and our first thing we watched was like a Star Wars show. So this video of me, I'll try to find it, and I'll see if my wife is okay with sharing it. But it's like we're watching the Star Wars show. And she pans the camera towards me, and I was like, I love Star Wars. Because I truly do. I love Star Wars. Like I not only do I love the Star Wars like the stuff that's like quote unquote like canon, but I also love all of like the legend stuff. I was talking to my wife about it, being like when you check down the history of like Star Wars as like as like a franchise or as like a thing, after the first the 6 movies came out, there was like a gap of like content for Star Wars. And
Yeah.
so writers started writing their own stories, and Lucas Art Films, like they were like, yeah, take it, go for it. Hey, like as long as you don't change what happened in 1 through 6, I don't care what you do with like the content. You go ham. And so every sci-fi writer imaginable who had a Star Wars idea pitched the idea, got the approval, wrote the story. It got to the point where it was such a convoluted, nothing made sense canon wise that like the authors who love Star Wars as a whole, they said, "Hey, we should actually work together and create a new, like an actual canon universe, like world." And so they did. And so some of the greatest like Star Wars stories, like you see them adapt to this day, came from that council of people who wrote Star Wars novels. Who were like, "Hey, like we're all over. It's like the Wild West right now. We're all over the place. Let's actually sit
Yeah.
down and establish an actual canonized Star Wars legacy." So they did
There's
that.
a lot of Star Wars,
Yeah,
bro.
so much
I'll
stuff.
never forgive Disney for not including Jaden. Was it Jaden and
Yeah,
Jania?
Jaden, Jason, and
Anakin Solo, Ben Skywalker.
Those are all
Was it Mara Jade or Martha Jade?
Mara Jade.
Mara
These
Jade.
are all like these names mean nothing to Devante. These are all
Yeah.
these are all like Star Wars characters from what they call Star Wars, and they call them Star Wars legends.
Legends, yeah.
Yeah, they call them Star Wars legends. But like
I remember reading that book, bro, in middle school, like with you, Anthony.
It's
like,
gets really good stuff happened to there. And so now you're seeing, but like you can tell how good it is. You can tell how much fans love the legend stuff because now you're watching the current content. And you can tell that Dave Filoni, who's like the chief creative officer or the chief executive officer for Lucasfilms or president or whatever his role is for Lucasfilms, he's using those as inspiration for his current items. So take for example the Maul story, the Maul TV show. Are any of you watching the Maul TV show right now?
No, on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus. So they have a Maul TV show, and the TV show kind of revolves around
Darth Maul.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Yeah, dude,
okay.
He got his own TV show.
He got his own TV show.
Maybe I might watch it. Actually, like because it stems from the Mandalorian, right?
Not really.
No, not really.
This takes place
in the Mandalorian at all.
This takes place between episode 3 and 4. That's the timeline for this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Darth Maul story got wrapped up in Rebels, more or less.
So Darth Maul in his own TV show, he's trying to find an apprentice essentially, and so obviously once they announced the premise of his show, fans went wild because in the comic books and even in like the legends, there's a character called Darth Talon who is like Maul's like apprentice, or who's like an evil Sith that they wrote out of like in legends. So people believe
they're going to connect the two.
So people believe that the person he's training now is going to be like the canon version of Darth Talon. People are very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
That would be pretty cool.
Yes, I love Star Wars. It's May 4th. I will begin my Star Wars rewatch on May 4th. I will watch
it. Any new news?
I mean, probably.
Maybe on May 4th.
May 4th, yeah.
Wait and see.
I watch things in release order. That's the right way to watch Star Wars. Release order.
Oh, release order. Okay, so 4 through 6 and then 1 through 3.
Yes. Otherwise, you'll get jarred by technology. Oh, why are they having cool fight scenes and then going back to some like 70s camera work?
So does that mean you watch Rogue One after you watch episode 3?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
So you gotta watch in release order, otherwise it's too jarring. Even when I have my
already bad enough you're watching it, but then in that order, I don't know about that one, dog.
When I have kids, I'm gonna show them in release order. It's the best way to experience.
I mean, that's how we watched it, or you guys watched it, so
it's a technology jump. It's like
didn't Rogue One technically come out after 7?
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll have to look it up.
That'd be kind of funny for your watch order. Let me see.
Fine.
Rogue One.
Happy May the 4th, everybody. May the 4th be with you.
Happy Star Wars.
December 16th, 2026. Okay. And then episode 7, Star Wars.
Oh, this is not related to like, I don't know if this will make the actual cut of our episode, but there's like a TV show on Disney Plus called Young Jedis. Do y'all know
heard of that one?
So
yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
Yoda makes an appearance in Young Jedis. He's one of like the mentor.
For real, or like a spirit Yoda?
No, like real Yoda, like in-person Yoda. And so when they announced that Yoda is in Young Jedis, people were like, "Oh, these are the kids that Anakin kills."
That's crazy.
And so they had to publicly say this takes place like hundreds of years before episode 3, because they're like, you're seeing Yoda and you're seeing like other Star Wars characters like, oh, these must be the kids that he kills, right? He kills them all.
That's fucked up. They raise them up just so the audience knows that this is who they killed. You get the backstory
for that one kid.
That's crazy.
Gosh.
That's funny though that they had to do that in order for them to be like, let's clear the air.
All right, moving on to our last segment.
Random question corner. Alex is on a roll, so I'll let him keep going. Yes, unless this one's lame, but let's see what he's got.
All right. So this one kind of it's gonna lead into my question, but first I want to ask you guys: have y'all heard of the Mandela effect? And
Yes.
what is your knowledge of it?
The Mandela effect.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
when
we've
you
heard of it.
think you know something from your memory, but when in reality it's not that.
Right.
It's like a misconception of what you think is a
Yeah.
fact.
And like there's like the biggest one I can think of is like the Berenstain Bears. It's
Mm.
like not even called the Berenstain Bears. It's like I can't remember what it's actually called, but I always remember it as the Berenstain Bears. But
You know,
apparently that's
it
not
is
right.
called the Berenstain Bears. It's how they
Yeah.
spell Berenstain Bears is
Oh, is that
different.
what it
Yeah,
was?
it's just
Yeah.
a
Or the
pronunciation
cornucopia on Fruit of the
on
Loom?
Fruit of the Loom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you know like the fan theory, the conspiracy theory for the Berenstain Bears and the cornucopia and all that kind of stuff?
I'm listening. I have not.
The
What is it?
conspiracy time travel.
Oh
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
okay. Then I
Okay.
have heard of
Heard
this.
that. I have heard
So,
that.
time travel.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, it's like the small ripple effect, right?
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
said so. You know, someone
They went back
go
and
back and
changed it.
change it.
Okay. So here's my question for y'all, and it relates to that. So I recently had the pleasure of rewatching Lord of the Rings over the weekend, and in the movie, you guys have both seen Lord of the Rings, right? I'm mostly asking Devante.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Okay, okay,
I probably don't have
cool.
good of a memory as you, but go
You'll
ahead.
remember this scene. So
Okay.
you know the part where Gandalf is fighting the Balrog,
Oh,
and
okay.
the
Yes.
Balrog like whips his leg, and he grabs him, and Gandalf's holding on. What do you remember in that scene? Like, what does Gandalf say? Okay,
Oh, I
I
have
want you to
no reason.
both think of it in your head.
Okay,
Get take a few seconds,
sure.
and then tell me what he says. Devontae, you said you don't remember.
I don't remember what he says, but
Okay,
I
well then
remember
that
the scene.
okay. Then Anthony, I just
Okay,
want you to tell me what you remember.
okay. I think he
Very
says, is it like either says he says run you fools, or he says, or is it fly you fools?
Oh man, the Mandela effect's affecting this man's memory. Look at that. Look at that.
Okay,
Okay,
what does he
so
say?
I always remembered it growing up as "Run, you fools."
Yeah.
No, he says "Fly, you fools."
Oh,
Like
although I was wrong.
I was reading the subtitles, and I was like, "Why does it say "Fly, you fools"?" And my father-in-law, who was sitting next to me, he's like, "That's what he's always said." I'm like, "No, no, he's always said run." So I texted my brother afterwards. I was like, "Did you know this?" And he's like, "Huh, I thought it was run." He's like,
Wow.
"Okay." And I'm like, "Why are people just accepting this?" No, this is and so I looked it up. Apparently, it is a Mandela considered like part of the Mandela effect. That's like actual line. There's people who
Mm,
debate this. I was like, I
time
couldn't
travel.
believe it. And so I'm just curious,
Huh.
like for you guys, have there been things in your life that you've noticed or moments where you're just like,
Oh,
this is not how I remember it. Like, I could have sworn, and like other people will agree with you, but then when you look it up, you realize like, no, it really
my
is the other
my favorite one is this one. Um, in from Breaking Bad, what is Jesse known to say?
uh bitch.
Well, what else after that? He has a very
Uh
iconic quote that people associate with him.
it's been a minute since I've seen Breaking Bad, but it's something, isn't it something bitch?
Yeah, you're 100% right. Devontae, do you know it? Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Nah. I
So
watched it, but I don't know what he says.
there is a so people think he said science, bitch. Never said it.
I didn't think he said
So what
science bitch. What did he
what does he
say?
say?
Nothing like that.
Nothing?
He says bitch. Well, I mean, he never says that quote science, bitch. People think he said it in the
Damn.
scene where they make the meth really crystal for the very first time. They think he's
Yeah.
science bitch because like he's like he's really cool and
Yeah.
but he never says that ever.
Huh.
That's my favorite one to example
It's
to use.
weird because as you say it, like now in my head,
You
I'm
can
like,
picture you
I
can
can hear it.
picture
I
the
can hear him
scene.
very clearly.
You can picture
Yeah.
the scene him saying science bitch,
Yeah,
but
like
he
he's going
never
like this.
yeah he
Yeah, like
never
what
says
the
that.
hell?
He's never said
Bro,
that.
bro. What are you doing to my brain right now?
Mandela
The
effect.
Mandela effect.
For
Mandela effect.
real,
Time
dude.
travel.
It's just such an interesting thing. But
The collective conscious remembers something.
Somebody has to
yeah,
have like a video of it actually from
bro,
back
if
in the
you
day, you know?
I'm sure you have like
listen,
a BuzzFeed, article about like what are the top 10 Mandela effects that people remember.
Yeah, like it's
Or
proven
be
that
careful
it
if you
was
go
that
into
way.
the weeds, Devontae, man. Be careful. I've I haven't gone into them too deep, but I've looked into it at one point or the other, and People have some crazy conspiracy theories. That's all I'll say.
Hmm. I try not to let it affect me, man. I'm like,
Exactly.
oh, okay.
That's how you. That's how you gotta
Whatever you
approach
think.
it.
Aw.
I'm like, whatever, man. It's I guess.
Right.
With that, I will say let us end our show there. End our show with some conspiracy tinfoil hats on. Like, is there
Did we
time
actually say
travelers?
that?
Is there some time
like
travelers
Jesus
of
said.
muck saying it? Well, who knows? But I will say we had a really good show. We'll give a shout out to JT for his awesome design. We'll give a shout out to Leviction for his intro and outro music, and for his music for our gaming. And he designed for our gaming too. If you not have a chance to yet, go ahead and watch our playthrough of Gloomhaven. It's a slow, long process, but we are getting better and better each day. And I'm very happy that I'm playing board games with my
See how it
friends,
goes
even
today.
as virtually.
Yeah, I kind of infuriate Anthony a little bit.
Very much so. You guys have
He said
any
very much so.
any shout outs?
Man, shout out to Jesus, bro.
Amen to that.
But also, Jesus and I would like to say like, follow, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, give us a little prayer even. We appreciate that. Pray for us.
Always.
Last words,
Well,
Devante.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our show. Perhaps there's a Mandela effect in this show somewhere. Who knows? But
Anthony, don't go
that
back
being
in
said-
time. You're the most likely candidate.
yeah, he goes back and changes some stuff around.
For real. Next thing you know, I was never on the show.
Yeah,
I think
he
people
went
would
back in
notice
time to
that.
redefine success for himself.
He got out of Texas.
He got out of Texas, and
Bad
he's actually not where he is right now.
Gotta get my XP bar higher in that travel department.
He changes it to where he's out of Texas. Devante had long-term goals, and I don't know. What would he do to me?
That's what to say, Alex.
Hey, I mean it with all due respect.
That's funny.
All right.
Well, thank you, everybody, and have a successful week. We love you, and dudes you never told me. Out.
Peace.
He's ready. I love Star Wars.